What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's Daily Source with myself, Noah Hammond-Turrell. This is the show where, after I meditate, I tap into my intuition and I give myself the guidance that I most need to hear, and I share it with all of you. And at the end of the show, I ask myself a question to ponder to help put that guidance into play in my life. I watch these videos later to get the download and continue on my path of growth and expansion, and hopefully it's helpful for someone else out there. I gotta admit, I am incredibly distracted today. Like, my mind was just super racing during meditation, pretty much nonstop. So hopefully there's some good stuff coming through. Let's find out. What do I most need to hear for my highest good and for the highest good of all other beings involved? I'm getting mixed messages here. It's probably my racing mind, but what I'm hearing is inspiration can't be forced, but it can be like induced. You can't force inspiration, but you can create the conditions by which inspiration is consistently present in your life. And the thing is that inspiration doesn't come from the same place for each individual. For you, for example, getting too much into a routine that doesn't vary very much, that doesn't vary from day to day, will start to kill the natural flow of inspiration. So will neglecting your physical exercise, or neglecting your nutrition, or neglecting time for fun. All of these things kill your creative flow when it comes to work and entrepreneurship and serving your clients and growing your business. So inspiration can't be forced. You can't decide that because you're uninspired, you're going to force yourself to be inspired. But it can be, conditions can be created by which inspiration naturally flows. Now, it's kind of like what Steven Pressfield talks about a lot with going pro. When you create a space by which you consistently step into your creative zone, when you create the conditions, as in, oh, I'm going to do it for this amount of time, or I'm going to do it after I do these activities, then I'll do these ones. Whatever it is for you, whatever structure works for you, when you have those conditions in place, you can go from uninspired to inspired much more quickly than your mind would have you believe. Right? You might be feeling uninspired right now. In fact, you are feeling uninspired right now, which is, for you, a rare state. So you immediately start to nitpick it. Why don't I feel inspired? Why am I not ready to just attack this day? Why am I not bursting with love to leap out of bed, go live my mission and purpose, get my meditation game on, eat some great food, and like rock the day? Well, you're not feeling that way. So your mind immediately goes, what's wrong here? Why isn't this normal feeling that's always here present for me right now? Let me figure it out. Let me fix it. Let me make sure that it comes back. And that was a huge part of why your mind was racing so much during meditation today. You can even feel the anxiety of those thought patterns right now as you're speaking them and putting a voice to what was happening under the surface. And what's really true is sometimes you just don't feel inspired. And that's okay if you have the conditions in your life by which inspiration can be generated. If you just step into that which you are committed to doing anyway, inspiration can come much more quickly than your mind would believe. Like, you might feel totally uninspired, and then you might decide, okay, I feel uninspired, but I'm going to start this thing that I know I need to be doing, and I'll see and check back in 10 minutes and see how inspired I'm feeling. And oftentimes, you'll just find that you're totally in a flow state of inspired creation after you get over that first 10 minutes of being like, oh, I'm not really that inspired. All right? That's a very simple trick. And also, I think it's important to recognize that you're not a machine nobody is. And while you can put your needs and the needs of the soul aside for the perceived needs of physical reality, you can only do that so long before there's detriment. So do not subscribe necessarily to the hustle harder, everything's about your hustle, how hard's your hustle mentality. You never see any spiritual masters with a hardcore hustle. And, if that's the attainment and the ultimate goal of your life and that which you truly prescribe to is that, the ultimate purpose of your life is spiritual realization, and you do believe that, well, look at the models of those who are there and ask yourself, how they're operating and whether or not that's in alignment with hustle harder is always the way. Now, you're not a spiritual master. You're a human being, and you're having a human experience, and you're here to be an entrepreneur, and you're here to make a difference in the world. So there's aspects of hustle, and there's aspects of structure and process and systems that are important for you. So it's not an all or nothing game, but you have to play both sides of the coin, or play from both ends of the spectrum, because you're committed to both ends of the spectrum. You're not in a cave being committed to being a spiritual master only, and you're not hustling hard, in Silicon Valley, just surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs and only focusing on that. You're doing both. So you have to honor both. Now, inspiration, coming back to the topic, can be inspired because you start to do the work and then the inspiration comes, or your soul might be asking you to do something that nourishes it, that looks outside your typical pattern or routine. You are an entrepreneur, you do have control of your schedule. Maybe you need to take a half day. Maybe you need to take a break in the middle of your day and do something that just lights you up, fills you with fun. Maybe you need to take exercise at the beginning of the day instead of waiting till the end of the day. Whatever it is, sometimes when you're feeling that flatness, you need to also look at what is your soul craving, and can you give it that simply by deciding to continue your normal, typical pattern? Or do you need to break your pattern sometimes to give yourself what you really need? Both of these options are relevant for you, and ultimately that's what the powerful question is for today, is what is going to feed my soul inspiration the most and have me be most in alignment and integrity with that which I'm committed to creating out in the world, and also that which I'm committed to creating within my inner being, my sense of being, and my experience of life. So ponder that. Okay. Well, I feel a little more fucking inspired already, so that's cool. Cool. All right. Well, that's it for today's Daily Source, everybody. As always, sending you guys tons of love and positivity and good juju for your day. Make it an amazing one, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.